Behind the play, as Rudy Balser is called for a hook. And now Syracuse goes down 6-on-4. A minute 54 left to go. Rudy goes to the box for a Dunkin' coffee break, and Crunch will have to defend a 4-1 lead. And so with that, being that there's less than 5 minutes left to play, it's time for the last call, presented by Jose Cuervo, the official tequila of the Syracuse Crunch. Face off to the right of Legacy. Dumont taking it. Fortier on the ice now. Barry Belay gets a bit of a rest. Myers and Carrick, the defenseman for the Crunch. Dumont again wins the face-off. Fortier gets to the puck on the far side glass and chops it out. Time dwindling down. Syracuse, keep in mind, can ice this puck as well. Dumont does that and just misses the right post. From his own zone, Gabriel Dumont nearly got on the board again with another empty netter. The last win that the Crunch had, he scored an empty netter. Malone gets a left circle shot on entry, and it's gloved easily by Legacy. Minute 28 left to go in this third period. Crunch with a 4-1 lead, but they're shorthanded, and Malcolm Subban's out of his net. So Rochester keep going with their offense, 6-on-4 against Syracuse. The Amherst opened the scoring about 7.5 minutes in with Brett Murray, and since then they haven't been able to find any offensive conversions. Mason Yofst at the left circle, the offensive zone for Rochester. He's huddled to the ice and he wins it back to Jeremy Davies. He straddles the line, center point, plays it to Biro at the left circle. Shot pass, just escapes the reach of Maxime Legacy, and then Yofst gets the rebound and he scores. It's a power play goal for Rochester with the goalie pulled. The minute 18 left to go. They cut Crunch's lead to 4-2. A few deflected hops, and then Yofst kept his stick on the ice and found the puck fall straight to him. So now Malcolm Subban goes back onto the ice, but he's ahead of the hash marks between the circles. 4 forwards, 1 defenseman, and Jeremy Davies out for Rochester. The Amherst now need 2 goals to equalize. Reifers wins the puck at center ice. Carrick moves it along the left side wall and gets it into the offensive zone, only momentarily as Davies strips away and moves it the other way. Great between the legs pass. Here's Yofst between the circles. He spins straight into Maxime Legacy, and we'll see who gets the call. It's going to be Trevor Carrick for a hold. Yofst was breaking free between the defense, and now just after Syracuse conceded a penalty and gave up a power play goal, the same is being done again. Trevor Carrick gets a penalty, and the Crunch will have to ward off another chance. Rochester 2 for 7 here tonight. They've been awarded a lot of chances, and as a result, they've been able to get 2 power play goals. Barry Belay back on the ice for the Crunch. Still 6-on-4 with the goalie pulled. Rochester looking to equalize here with 1 minute and 3 seconds on the clock. It's Gabe Dumont against Mason Yofst, as the Rochester forward tries to win it back on his backhand. Dumont, though, wards him off the other way. Jones flings it all the way around the boards and into the Rochester defensive zone. Last minute of play for the Crunch and the Amherst. Syracuse with a 4-2 lead. Alex Barry Belay on the ice. If he gets a goal, he'd clinch sole possession of second all-time in the Crunch goal-scoring ranks. He's tied at 104 right now. But here's Rochester trying to get back into it. Davies loses the handle of the puck. It's out of the offensive zone. He has to go all the way back, moving from right to left. Davies, the defenseman, shimmies his way to the left wing, loses the puck at the corner, punched off the sidewall, and Myers helps the puck out off the half wall. So here's Brandon Biro now, moving up the left wing again, curls through center. Great toe drag move in the slot. Biro with the shot. Legacy meets him with the trapper. 14.6 to go. Syracuse shorthanded and down by 2 men with the empty netter. They keep the 4-2 lead off a fantastic save from Max Legacy. So Barry Belay off the ice now. We'll have to see his milestone wait for now. But the Crunch, more importantly, wanting to secure the 2 points that are so important in the North Division, especially against a team like Rochester that's right behind them in the standings. Right circle draw, lost by Simon Reifers. Pass goes off the wall, and Jones scoops a backhand forward just past the post. 5 seconds counting down in this game. 3, 2, 1, and Syracuse gets back on the win column. The Crunch with a 4-2 win over Rochester.
What? Meeks curls it in. The header inside. What a save from Vanderbosch. Shea Vanderbosch outstretched. Keeps the Cuse up 1-0. Miami still has pressure. Rusek at the top of the box, chops it outside to Rogers. She's 1v2. Can she sidestep Murphy? She cannot. And the clear is skewered out for a throw. Tucker resets with the throw. Miami continues pushing up the field. A response from the Hurricanes. Still in this game with everything to play for. Both sides yet to win in the ACC. And the Hurricanes pushing more numbers forward to try to equalize. Dazzling move from Rusek.
That's dangerous. She very nearly had her pocket picked, and that probably would have been 2-0.
O'Neal again. Can't get past Klein. A smart move from Emma Klein as a central midfielder. She's providing solidity on the SU back line. But now the Orange hemmed in their own end. Tucker with the shot. It flies in. Emma Tucker equalizes for Miami.
That is simply outrageous from Tucker. A, to have a hit from that sort of range, and B, to place it in the top corner as she did. Vanderbosch hung her head in shame, but there's very few goalkeepers on this planet that'll keep that shot out of the back of the net. That is an emphatic effort from the defender to put Miami right back in this contest.
And with that, that breaks a goal drought for Miami that's over 170 minutes long. Since their 2-1 win in 2019, the Canes had not been able to score against Syracuse after getting blanked at a previous matchup. Head coach Sarah Barnes made her changes, wholesale set of changes, 4 changes just about 10 minutes ago. And it completely changed the complexion of this second half.
Well, we talked about Tucker's positioning in the first half as an outside back. And I was going to say that in the second half, she's been playing much more centralized on offense, facilitating passes from the middle of the park as opposed from the wing. And she saw one look at goal, and boy, did she take that well.
And so let's not get ahead of ourselves, but if the match finishes as a draw, no overtime to be played in the new regular season format. Saves the players' legs a little bit. Play through the 90 minutes and you get your draw at the end of it. But again, the scenario coming into this matchup here at SU Soccer Stadium, both teams searching for their first ACC win. You're not going to let up and play for the draw. Moncton still down behind the play. And Klein boots it out, and a trainer is signaled on by our center official. And Nikki Adams is onto the pitch now. Wants to tend to one of the stars of her program, really, when you think about a player that's been able to represent her country at the under-20 level in the Women's World Cup in Germany. And Pauline Monctens just gets caught up in a challenge.
Thanks so much, Matt. Joined by Syracuse men's lacrosse goalkeeper Jimmy McCool. And first things first, your sister Corinne playing for Vermont, so you're here, a freshman at school. What's that experience been like to see your sister play through the weekend?
It's been really cool. I mean, growing up, I was always playing with her and playing against her in the backyard and stuff like that. So being able to watch her here this weekend, play against some of my friends at Syracuse, it's a really cool experience, and it's awesome to see her score a goal yesterday. And yeah, it's just been really cool so far.
Syracuse losing 3-1 to Vermont. She gets the game winner. What were the reactions like to see her? I mean, just coincidence, but also a great place to be at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, it was mixed emotions after the game yesterday. You know, you're rooting for the Orange always, but family is the most important thing. So it was nice for her to get a goal, get the win. But yeah, it was just happy. Both teams had a good hard-fought match, and you know, at the end of the day, when she leaves with a goal, you really can't complain.
So let's shift things back to lacrosse a little bit. Coming here as a freshman, I'm sure Gary Gate and the recruiting path, that's just a huge draw for Syracuse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, his goals for the future of this program and the history of the program speaks for itself, obviously. But I think what's more impressive is how he wants to move forward. You know, everyone talks about it on our team. We want to bring Cuse back, and I think that's been the biggest thing. Is every day in practice, you know, we're looking at what everyone's saying. We're seeing what the media thinks of us, and we're just using that to fuel us, just to get back to that Memorial Day weekend and then make some noise this year.
And talking about your recruitment path, how did you get to Syracuse, and how much did your sister influence the fact that she's gone through that process as a graduate student now with Vermont?
Yeah, I mean, she was honestly a big help in my recruiting process. She kind of showed me, or taught me that it was going to be, you know, it was going to take some time. You were going to have to have some phone calls, some tough phone calls, and eventually you're going to find the right place. And I think the biggest thing with Syracuse is they really let me know how much of a family they were from the first phone call. I remember the first call I got from one of the coaching staff, and it was just, they wanted you to become part of the Syracuse brotherhood, and that was really big for me, coming from a big family. Like, family's everything to me, and so just knowing that I can go to battle every single day with 50 brothers in Orange, it's an awesome opportunity.
Between periods in the Crunch Intermission Report, Jared Johnston joined by Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman Darren Raddysh. Darren, 5 games up with Tampa Bay, and how are you liking it and settling with the team?
You know, it's good. Trying to get used to the speed up here, and you know, just trying to contribute as much as I can, and you know, just trying to do my thing and try to help the team out as much as possible.
And looking at your output in the AHL this season, you go back to last season, 26 points in over 60 games, point-per-game player, first-time AHL All-Star. What was that entire season like, especially before the deadline, coming up to this point up here in Tampa?
You know, it was awesome. You know, we have a lot of good players down there, and just, you know, being able to play with them and to go into every game, you know, having a good opportunity to win and have a chance to play well. It was, you know, it's awesome. And, you know, those guys up down there, they're all really good players, and, you know, I was fortunate to play with a lot of them.
What do you think is the biggest part of your game that's developed over the past few years to get you where you are right now?
I'd probably say my skating. You know, that's something that, coming into pro hockey, that's something that I needed to work on, and I've done that quite a bit, and, you know, still some room for improvement, but I think, you know, that's probably one of the biggest steps that I've taken.
And so obviously you played a few games here last year. You played with your brother Taylor. Did he tell you anything how Tampa Bay really worked, being up here for a few years as well?
Not too much, you know, just playing up with him last year, you know, got to talk to him a little bit about that. But, you know, it's just another city, and you know, it's a great city to be in, and, you know, I'm excited to be here.
Jared Johnston joined between periods by Tampa Bay Lightning defenseman Darren Raddysh, Crunch, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins playing here tonight. But down in Tampa in Amalie Arena, Darren up with Tampa Bay, up against a game against Montreal here tonight. And Darren, General Manager Julien Brisebois said that he had as good a season any player could have in the AHL. How much confidence did that give you going into the home stretch of the season?
Yeah, you know, that's a big confidence boost when, you know, the GM says something like that. And, you know, I just try and play my game every night and do the right things. So, you know, it's nice to hear that, but, you know, I got to continue what I've been doing and not get complacent.
And who would you say has helped you settle into the team up here? Because you're a veteran guy that really helped a lot of the younger guys in Syracuse, but at the same time, you're being able to find your footing here. Who's kind of guy you lean on?
You know, there's a lot of them. I know a lot of the guys on the back end. They're very helpful. And, you know, I went out for dinner with Bogo a couple nights, and, you know, Sergey on the back end, and Hetty and Colsey. Those guys have been around for a long time now. So, you know, just trying to pick their brain at whatever I can learn and trying to put that into my game.